To begin with, what you're going to need to do is draw 3 to 4 organic shapes. Now you want them close to each other, but don't be going off the page. And draw them large. So 3 to 4 will be good. If you need to make a little bit smaller one for your fourth, that's okay. But again, get them fairly close together. Now after you have those drawn, you're going to start with a medium value. So what would be considered around the 5 to 0 area of value. And you're going to start along the edge and work your way in. And you want to go about a 1/2 inch into your organic shape. The reason we're doing organic shapes is it's really easy to follow along with the line. So make sure that when you're coloring or you're drawing your value that you're following the curve and changing position of the direction that you're going. So don't be going back and forth, left and right. Really make sure that you're following the curve of it. So turning the paper, turning your hand, doing what you need to do. And don't be afraid to kind of go back into areas that you might need to work. But using the side of the graphite will really help with that. Now once you have all of them, now this one, not all of them are done, but to demonstrate what the next step will look like, you're going to draw more organic shapes. Draw them lightly within the spaces that you're already done. And get them close. And repeat, adding that value within those little areas. Again, going about like an inch in, starting with your darkest, working along those curves. You're going to want to make sure that you have some sort of smudge guard going. If you don't have a smudge guard, it's going to get fairly messy. And if you need to, you can always go back to your first layer and adjust the value of it. And you want to be aiming for like a little bit more of a darker. So if my first layer is about a 5 to 0, you might want to start with like a 7 or 6 range of value. But continue that for all the spaces that you've done. And again, don't be afraid to go back into that top value. Now, what you can do then is once you have all those areas within your second layer done, the kind of connecting space in between, you want to add a medium value onto there. And a really great tip is when you draw, you connect your layers. So here I am starting my third one. So I'm again doing those organic shapes within the spaces of my second layer, and I'm connecting them throughout the whole thing. And again, going through, adding that value. Now I'm going darker now, so it should be around like an 8 or a 7, depending on your other layers. But still continuing through and adding that value. And again, don't be afraid to kind of take a step back if you need to take a look how your value is looking. But once you have this third layer done, so I've again gone in, you're going to do that medium sort of scaling between the new organic shapes that you've done, but going a step darker. Like so. And this will help too if you do it right over into the darks of your organic shapes. For the last layer, again, this is just demonstrating each layer so you can actually visually see it quickly. For your last and fourth layer, you've gone from your light to medium dark, and now you got to do your darkest. So your darkest is going to be the fourth layer, and you're going to create one last organic shape and the organic shapes that you made for layer 3. And essentially make those spaces as dark as you can. Point of no return with the darkness, so really push that dark. You have an ebony pencil for this reason, So push it as dark as you can. Once you're done pushing your darks, you're going to want to take your eraser and clean up that top layer, because you're going to smudge. Even with a smudge dart, it's going to change it. But what you should be seeing is that change of layering from your first layer to your second layer to your third.